Hi there, so I'm currently inside a Tokyo hotel room here in Japan. I've been traveling in Japan for 2 weeks, and I just thought in this video I'll do a short summary of what's been going on. The reason I came to Japan last minute was that I've got a bit of a break from my studies, and there's an ENFJ that I used to live with 9 years ago. There's also an ESTJ guy I used to live with who was a housemate, and he and his girlfriend are traveling to Japan from Germany. So a bit of a reunion was happening thanks to the excitable ENFJ. Now I should point out that this ENFJ, since we lived with him, has become Japan's #1 dating coach, let's say. And he has to wear a disguise everywhere he goes. What happened was he was very enthusiastic about me having a YouTube channel when we used to live together, and I would refuse to do dating advice videos because it makes no sense me doing videos about dating advice because I'm me. So luckily he eventually made his own channel, and as an ENFJ he has the skills to be a dating coach, and now he's really big. He released a book that became a bestseller, and we actually went to a big big bookshop in the center of Tokyo, and there it was, and we bought copies and got him to sign it. On an ATM for some reason. We found an ATM and he signed our books. So it was good seeing them, and it was also good seeing the prince. Now the prince I haven't talked about in any of my videos in the past, but basically when I used to live with these guys, these Japanese guys, they were kind of dirty, and there was this idea of this prince of, I don't know how to talk about it in this video, but the prince of, I can do the Japanese translation. So naka means internal, and dashi means sort of like a soup. And if you can think about what that means in a sexual way, it was a bit worrying. The ESTJ German guy, I think he didn't really want his girlfriend to hear too much about this topic. But anyway, I'm not sure why I'm telling you about that. We all met and went out on one night. We went to our old neighborhood, and we walked around and reminisced. We went to a children's playground to drink. The German guy's girlfriend, the ESTJ's girlfriend, let's say, I don't want to label him as a German, I can label him as an ESTJ. She was not impressed. She's like, what are we, 14-year-olds drinking in a playground? But at any rate, it was nice. The dirtier Japanese guy, he would mock the ESTJ, because the dirty Japanese guy, I'm pretty sure he's actually an INFJ. He's a very tall Japanese INFJ who always has interesting witticisms. That's not a word, is it? But often they become extremely dirty. And he kept mocking the ESTJ for being fat. But for me, he showed a lot of reverence. And I think that's because he's an INFJ. And INFJs show INFPs with an amount of reverence. And that was the end of that. But it was good seeing him. I just felt a bit unsettled for the next 2 days in Tokyo. They reminded me of what I was like 9 years ago when I moved to Japan, and I think you know that feeling where sometimes you meet someone from the past and they just make you feel strange, like they're bringing back memories of a time when you were actually not in a very good mental space. And unfortunately, I think they represented that. And it took me 2 days to kind of I just walked around Tokyo feeling really strange, like a strange fog and a bit of just an upset feeling. Like I think because the Japanese guys I hang out with, they're a little bit dirty. Well, they're very dirty. I mean, they're extremely dirty. I've just been in such a weird headspace in the last few years, and it was very important to come to Japan not as an exploring new horizons trip. It makes no sense. This is like to do that. Like this trip is all about reassessing my life, because I've been to Japan so many times that, you know, once I got here, it wasn't like going on holiday. It's my second home. I don't feel like I'm on holiday when I'm here. So there's a different meaning to this trip. And just to cement that, when I first went to the first thing I had to address was my first girlfriend lives here. So does my second and third. But I told her I was here, and we arranged, and we met up a few nights ago. It was felt very cleansing after seeing the other people to see her, because I think she represented she represents something a bit more, I don't want to use the word pure, but I feel more cleansed. Anyway, it was good meeting up with her. I felt cleansed, but I also feel confused. And what I will also say as I ramble on drunkenly having a heat stroke in this apartment, in this hotel room, I've actually missed 2 flights in the last 12 hours. So you can kind of see where my headspace is at. My flight was last night and I went to the wrong airport. I missed my flight, so I came back to Tokyo. And I had dinner at 1 in the morning, and I thought, okay, well, there's a lot of money gone, but I can buy a new flight and just not think about it. So I'm supposed to be in Brunei right now, but this morning I missed my second flight. I just wasn't thinking straight. I was getting off at the wrong train stations before the airport. Well, I got off the wrong terminal, and I didn't leave enough space. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with my headspace. So I've come back to Tokyo tonight, and it's very hot here in Japan, and I'm hungry. I'm going to go get some dinner, and I'm just going to lie down, and I'm going to sleep, and tomorrow I'm going to go to the airport. I've booked another flight back to Australia. Luckily it's in the afternoon, so I've got a lot of time to get to the airport, and it'll be alright. It's been an interesting trip, as I said. Doing the ex-girlfriend tour has been fun. I chatted to my ex-ISFP girlfriend and my ex-INFJ girlfriend, although we had a chat about it the other night, and she says she did the MBTI and she got ENFP. It's just she's so introverted. I just don't think she's an ENFP. She might be an INFP. She's opened a cafe here in Japan, and she feels so like she feels like such a weirdo that she's had to create a cafe just to sort of have a space for like-minded people, but you can't find the cafe on the street, and she requests everyone to rate it 1 star on Google. Just so, and it sounds like a funny gimmick, but she was taking it very seriously, and she said she's just afraid that everyone will think she's a weirdo for making them do that. She said she needs it to be 1 star because she just can't handle if people just start turning up all the time to her cafe. And I really respect that. It was a wonderful cafe, and I'm glad she made me a coffee. And as she told me, the reason she started making coffee was when she lived in Melbourne with me in 2008 when we were dating. So it's quite nice. There's a lot of, I don't know if it's a full circle going on, but there's been a lot of nostalgia on this trip. Anyway, I'll wrap it up. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you think I'll make it to the airport tomorrow, or do you think if 3rd time you fail, just admit that you're probably going to just live in Japan forever. You obviously don't want to leave if you just keep missing your flights, don't you? So, okay, well, it's been nice chatting. I'm going to get some food, some nice food. I feel better about things. I'm in a strange headspace, but I just wanted to say hi. Hi. Alright, see ya.
Germans get angry very easily. Why do you take a video of me?
Stop it. Germans are very angry people.
Germans are very angry.
You don't want to make them angry.
No? No?
So, what is the best thing about Germany? German people.
Not the empty beer. The best thing about Germans.
They drove back the Romans. The Romans couldn't infiltrate the Germanic tribes.
So this is in 2023.
Anyway, I'm going to go because I'm feeling awkward, but nice backdrop, isn't it? Hey. 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 Got my backpack and going on this old walking bridge that I know so well from over the years, and soon I'll be somewhere over there in a hotel that I booked, and it's quite far quite far. This. Yeah, this is a hotel. You know, it's just a hotel. It's just a hotel. Wait a minute. This is the first hotel I've been in without a robot ass shower. I better complain about the lack of robot ass showers. I expected one.